What's up, everybody? It's Adam D again, playing Avengers. Gotta keep grinding. I've hit basically the end of multiplayer as far as current events that we can do are concerned, aside from the AIM cloning mission, which I believe will be returning probably tomorrow or Saturday. I think it's a weekend only event, but otherwise I've gone and done all the main assignments. And so I just want to take the time to answer some of your questions regarding exotic artifacts, major artifacts, and general like progression in regards to artifacts. So this video is going to be going over the five major artifacts that are available in the game right now, and their effects, what's broken about them, some tips on how to use them correctly, and just some general end game conversation. So if that's useful to you, like, comment, subscribe, the whole deal. And if you have any other questions, just hit me up in the comments. I'm trying to answer everybody. So anyway, let's just get right into it. So basically, in order to unlock the artifacts, no matter what the developers say, you can absolutely hop into multiplayer straight away in this game. However, in order to get any exotic artifact of any kind, or a major artifact aside from one of them, you're gonna have to go through the campaign at some point. It sucks, but you gotta rip it off like a band-aid. It only takes like probably 5 or 6 hours. I just gunned right through it, but you're going to have to go through campaign. And the reason why is, in multiplayer, there is a main assignment that usually sits right here. I just completed it, but if you go back on like my other video, you'll be able to see what the assignment actually was. And it basically kind of goes through all the different main multiplayer types. There's 10, I think there's 9 or 10 steps on it. And as you're going through that, you're unlocking other assignments that pop up that you have to complete before you can advance the main one. Now, at the end of that main one, you get the Darkhold exotic artifact. I don't have it leveled up on this character, but I have it on my other character. I'll go into detail on them in a little bit, but I just want to break down exactly what you got to do first. So you're going to continue through that main multiplayer quest line. It's going to have you go and do a bunch of little missions for Inhumans and whatever. And then there's going to be a point where you need to go and do all the iconic mission chains. I don't have them here because I did them, which, I mean, I've got footage somewhere, but it's just a pain. So you're basically going to have to go and play as every single one of those characters, do their 3 main objectives quests, and that will unlock another artifact called the Ring of Nibilung, which is right here. And in order to get that, though, Kamala, did I accidentally just set a multiplayer? No. Okay. So Kamala, in order to complete her iconic mission chain, you have to beat campaign. It's literally one of the things. And the only way to actually access any kind of exotic from multiplayer is to be able to go and complete Kamala's iconic chain. So you have to do campaign at some point. Now, if you just want one exotic artifact or one main artifact because it's needed in order to hit the max power cap of 150, you only have to go through about half the campaign before you get this Sacred Nornstone of Lethal Will. And the stats vary slightly depending on your character, but if you rank this up to plus 10, it adds on to the rest of your gear. It's not like a gear piece where it's just a blanket number. It's an addition. So it maxes out at plus 10. Every single character that you get will get one of these, and but the power is not shared across characters. You have to upgrade them individually. So anyway, back to what I was saying. You're gonna have to do campaign. And so in order to get that one, you got to go through about half the campaign, I want to say, and some guy just gives it to you randomly in the anthill. To actually finish her entire quest chain, you're going to have to go and complete the entire thing. And that at that point, you get the other campaign artifact, which is the Tactagon. Okay? Once her iconic mission chain is done and all the other mission chains are done, you get the Ring of Nibilung, which is all right. And then once Ring of Nibilung is done, let me just go over to the missions real quick. Sorry, I'm trying to do this all in like one take because the editing really just makes it take so much longer. Let me find where it was. Here it is. Okay, so as you go through that multiplayer quest chain, you're going to unlock Hive missions, you're going to unlock Vault missions, and the last Hive mission is a elite. Well, you go into elite hives, and then you go into elite heroic hives, which are mega hives, as the devs say. I don't know why they call them mega hives if they're not actually called mega hives in the game, but that is a story for another time. I don't know why I cannot find it right now. Oh, here it is. So elite heroic hive. And by completing this, it's 14 levels. I dropped a video on it earlier today. In order to do that, you got to do all 14 levels of this. If you complete it without, if you die, you have to switch characters, yada, yada, yada. I'll make a whole other video on that. But when you complete that, that's when you get Darkhold, which is the last like achievable major exotic artifact in the game. Now, the last artifact, number 5, is this Talisman of Splendor. Placeholder cosmetic artifact. You get this from the 5 gum promotion. And in order to do that, you got to go and buy packs of 5 gum that look like this. So let me see if I can get that in the camera real quick. Looks like Avengers. I mean, it clearly has Avengers on the front. When you open it up, sorry if this makes a lot of noise. When you open it up, basically on the inside, sorry, I'm trying not to show the QR code. I don't want it to mess with my camera, but this has already been redeemed, but it's going to have like a code on it right here. You go on Square Enix's site and upload it. You can do 8 in total. If you're on PlayStation, 2 of those rewards are PlayStation exclusive. So if you're on Xbox or PC, you only got to do 7 of them if you want everything. And you get this exotic artifact, or sorry, legendary artifact is the only legendary one. It doesn't have any kind of gameplay benefit. It just is a visual thing, but you do get some stats. So theoretically, you could not play any campaign at all, go buy 3 sticks of 5 gum and get this artifact, but it really isn't going to do much for you. Now, as far as well, I guess before I jump to that, I do have 3 extra packs of this Avengers 5 gum. In order to go and get this artifact, you need 3 packs. So I'm probably going to do a giveaway in a couple videos, just giving away 3 of those codes to one person so that you guys can get this artifact if it's something that you want. Anyway, moving on. As far as upgrading these artifacts go, the resource. People were saying that it only comes from dailies, which it does come. You do get it from bounties, but you also can get it from villain boss sector missions. Let me see if I can rip one. Yeah, right there, Polycharon. I think that's how it's pronounced. And it doesn't come super quick. Granted, I haven't gone and hardcore farmed it yet because I'm not trying to max out the artifact on one character just yet. Honestly, don't need to. I did the Mega Hive at 130. But it's kind of a tiny resource and you get it fairly slowly. So if you're going to upgrade one of these exotic artifacts, make sure that it's one that you actually like and make sure it's on the character that you want it to be on, because this power is not shared across characters. I repeat, it is not shared across characters. Let me see if I can show you real quick. So if I go over to Thor that I'm leveling, okay, just check out his gear. So I have upgraded I've upgraded Darkhold 3 times on Thor, just so that I could test out if it was working and how it works. But basically, I guess what I'll say first and foremost is on console, at least, not on PC. I checked on Discord and I asked, PC, it seems to be working fine. On console, or specifically on Xbox for me, I'm assuming it's for PlayStation as well, these activatable artifact abilities don't work. Like, straight up, nothing happens. So that kind of makes things like the Darkhold, where everything that you're doing is pressing left stick, right stick to activate it, it's useless. It's literally useless. So I dropped 25 some odd resources into this to just find out that it doesn't work at all. And my buddy went and like upgraded Sacred Norn Stone, and he tried to do it, didn't work. I went unmapped all of my buttons that L stick and right stick are tied to, doesn't do a damn thing. I just wanted to throw that out there. So if you are thinking of maxing out your character right now for whatever reason, and you want to like boost it up to plus 10, I would highly suggest just going and focusing on what gives you the best passive damage right now, because if you're on console, these do not work. So Darkhold, absolutely useless right now. Like, absolutely does not do anything. It's a total dud. Nornstone, this is also useless. Somewhat. Well, I mean, I guess the second perk might be useful if it applies to all of your damage buffs and not just the actual damage boost from this. But the first part of this is useless because it only is active when the damage boost from the artifact is active. So if you're not putting any points into these like I am, this one is also useless because you can't use the first perk without using the third perk. Don't know why they set it up that way, but that's just how it is. Ring of Nibilung. Ring of Nibilung is actually, if you're, obviously the first thing you jump to is like, oh, damage boost, that's going to be obviously the best because like it's just straight damage. But if you're playing the game like later on in the game or you're playing it with buddies, a lot of your gear comes with stuff that drops heroic orbs, intrinsic orbs, things of that nature, and that speeds up combat massively. Like, you can just keep chaining heroics. It's a big deal, and it's also a part of every single character's individual kit in their skills. So this one has the potential to actually be like the most busted of any of these, simply because you're able to generate orbs constantly, or at least increase the rate that they're generated. The Tactagon, right now, this is the one that I'm using on Widow because the passive is just increasing your damage by 10% on status affected enemies, and that is huge. Its status is massive in late game. It's a big deal. It makes a huge impact on your damage and your ability to stun and execute targets. Black Widow especially needs to execute, well, not needs to, but it's a major thing in her kit to execute targets. So this is really useful if you're just keeping it at a level 1 aspect. And then obviously Talisman of Splendor does absolutely nothing. I just kind of glanced over the Darkhold, but basically what it says is if you click in left stick, right stick, you'll drain all your heroic energy and restore all your health. If you're above 50% willpower, which is your health, I'm not sure why they switched the wording. Maybe they weren't expecting people to like do this like right away, because it doesn't seem like QA was thinking in regards to this one. But it will drain all of your health and charge all your heroics, and then if you're full on both, it does a damage explosion. Now, sorry this video is dragging on a little bit. I would love to show you guys some gameplay of these in action, but as I said, the friggin' thing doesn't work on console. I can't believe it. So instead, what I'll show you, I guess, just for developers or people that are curious or people that don't believe that they're not working, let me just load into a mission real quick and just show you that left stick, right stick is currently doing nothing. While this is loading, I'm definitely going to do a cut, just so we don't have to deal with loading screens. But I wanted to tell you, my next video is probably going to be about power leveling. It's not real easy to power level alts in this game. So it's the leveling process in general is fairly quick. But as far as like getting like jump starts like you would in Destiny, where you could just transfer gear over to another character, doesn't happen. So the best that you can really do is kind of just like follow along your multiplayer thing. However, I have a couple missions that are my go-tos in regards to like quick legendary items that can be like repeated fairly fast. I don't know if it's more efficient your first time around to do that. I kind of think it's not, but if you're leveling alts, it makes it very easy. So, all right, so let's just go to Darkhold. You can see I have it ranked 3. I have all the different perks unlocked. You start off the mission with full heroic, but this is left stick, right stick right here. I don't know if you guys can see. I'm clicking it. You can hear it. Clicking. Does nothing. In combat, by the way, it does nothing, but I'm not going to drag this video on long any longer. If you go and have it unmapped, you unmap sprint. Let me just do it right now for you. Just for the sake of troubleshooting, huh? So, button mapping screen. Actually, right. Oh, no. Okay, I'm good. Exit out of this. Yes, I want to continue. Okay, let's just go. I forgot I already had the control scheme set up. I just need to switch to the custom one. Okay, so now there is no there's no sprint or lock target attached to these. It's just nothing. Actually, that says switched lock target. No. Okay, that's good. So now I've got it on custom. I can't sprint at all. And still, nothing's happening. Absolutely nothing's happening. So this is just broken on console. Sucks for console players. Sucks for at least Xbox players. I have an idea that it's probably broken on PS3 or PS5 or whatever the hell it is now. But anyway, guys, that's all for me right now. I'll be dropping some, again, like a little bit of a leveling guide later on in the day. I'm still trying to just cruise through this game. I've done basically everything I need to do in multiplayer aside from level up my other characters. But let me know what you guys want to see next. I hope these videos are useful to you. I just like making them. And make sure you like, comment, subscribe. The whole shebang bang. That's it for me. Adam D, out.